So on the one hand, you have a guy making self-catching rockets and saving astronauts and creating self-driving cars.
And what else is he doing, Matt? Why are people upset? Why are people mad, Matthew? You dumb f***. He's not going to say that because he knows he would look stupid. What? I thought these people cared about veterans and freedom and all that. What happened? I thought they cared so much about the veterans. There's reports that this dude's fired up to 200,000 people. 200,000. You think all these people are doing drag shows for children?
They were rooting for it. They were praying. They were praying to Satan.
Do you have any proof of this, or is this comedy?
Praying to their god Satan that it would happen.
The genius. Elon Musk is a genius. Shut the up. Elon Musk is a genius. I haven't watched this yet. Let's just. What the fuck? Why does he keep doing this? Let's just get this over with. But Tunux, I appreciate you, and no, I don't think it's a good strategy at all. I think it's a terrible strategy. Sitting on your hands is not going to get shit done.
When astronauts Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams went to space,
didn't even press anything,
aboard Boeing's Starliner capsule last June, their mission was supposed to last just 8 days. But because of catastrophic failures with the design of Boeing's capsule, as well as the refusal of the Biden administration to bring them back sooner, the two astronauts...
The refusal of the... Do you think Joe Biden was like, yeah, fuck it, I don't want them to come home. I want them to just sit out in space? Really?
Didn't return to Earth until yesterday evening after...
Is that a fair characterization of what happened, Matthew? Is it really?
Roughly 9 months in space. SpaceX, which of course is run by Elon Musk, managed to do what Boeing, a much larger and more established company, could not do. They guaranteed the safe return of 2 American astronauts who were stranded in space. No other company in this country, or in the entire world for that matter, could have accomplished what SpaceX just did on this timeline. And then for good measure, when the astronauts finally...
I wish I knew more about this because I feel like this bitch is lying.
Landed in the water, a bunch of dolphins, which is apparently called a pod of dolphins, began circling the capsule almost like they're welcoming the astronauts home. It was like something out of a Disney movie. So that's what Elon Musk has been up to lately. If you sent him an email asking what he's accomplished in the last week, he could say that he saved 2 astronauts' lives, preserved all the data they've been collecting during their experiments while they were in space, and protected the reputation of America's space program. And in the process, he managed to entertain a pod of dolphins on top of it. In another era...
He's really going to hit us with why are they being mean to Elon Musk? All he's doing is saving astronauts that Joe Biden couldn't save. They're just mean because they're blue-haired lesbians. He's just so amazing. He's America's hero. Look at him. He saved the astronauts.
Kinds of achievements would unite the entire country. This would be, I think back to what happened when Gene Kranz saved the crew of Apollo 13. They gave him the Presidential Medal of Freedom. The state of Ohio dedicated a day in August as Gene Kranz Day. NASA handed him about 10 different awards. Ed Harris played him in a movie with Tom Hanks. He told engineers to fit a square peg into a round hole. He yelled, "Failure's not an option." People loved it.
Is he comparing an actual astronaut to Elon Musk? Do you think... Like, do people think, like, Elon Musk just, like, goes into a basement and is, like, fucking soldering with a bunch of screens and, like, fucking Iron Man hands and shit, and he's just, like, inventing shit? Or do they think he's, like, a guy who owns a business and tells people what to do? If SpaceX actually saved those astronauts, that's fantastic. I don't know if that's fucking true because I know, Matt, this bitch is a lying fuck, but that's great. But, like, are you going to talk about the reality of why people fucking hate Elon Musk? Is he going to bring that shit up? Or is he just going to be riding tip like a bitch? Is he going to talk about canceling the child cancer research? Is he going to talk about firing all thousands of fucking veterans? Is he gonna talk about any of that shit? Firing fucking people who work for the FAA as fucking planes are crashing? Is he gonna talk about any of that shit? Getting rid of fucking funding for people with HIV in Africa? Is he gonna talk about any of that shit? Or why are these liberals so gay and mean to this American hero? Fucking illegally stealing American data? Is he gonna talk about any of that shit? Or the fucking Hail Hitler, any of that? He's not going to bring up any of that shit, right? People are just mad because he's a white man and he's successful and rich. God, you people. Let me let him. Yeah, maybe he'll get to that. Maybe
The national hero among both Democrats and Republicans. Half a century later, it's safe to assume that Elon Musk will not receive that kind of treatment from Hollywood or
He's not an astronaut, you dumb fuck.
anywhere else. And that's because we're no longer a country that universally celebrates historic achievements for mankind. Instead, we're now split between two distinct groups, people who celebrate human progress and people who resent it.
Yes, Republicans are so known for human progress. I'm sorry, conservatives.
This is a distinction that's far more significant and far more destructive than any political disagreement that's ever existed in the United States.
This shouldn't even be a political issue. Nobody should want fucking a bunch of veterans to get fired and for the fucking... Jesus Christ. The Department of Education gone. This motherfucker's talking about the greatest weakness of the West is empathy as he talks about getting rid of Social Security. You stupid fuck. These shouldn't be political. We shouldn't want all of the old people in this country to be poor and homeless. And everybody to be fucking stupid.
It can't be resolved through logic or debate. It can't be resolved on the battlefield either, at least not at the moment.
God, this guy is such a grifting fuck.
That's because leftists have resorted to acts of domestic terrorism to convey the extent of their hatred for Elon Musk and presumably to offset their own crippling sense.
Domestic terrorism? Do you know what terrorism is, bitch?
Of inadequacy. They have embarked on a campaign of arson, vandalism, and terrorism in order to punish Elon Musk, not because they disagree with him politically, but because he wants to advance the interests of the human race. And
oh my God. I just have to see what the likes of this, I guess. I'm curious. It's going to be really, wow. And this is why I don't like them. 5,000 likes, 74 dislikes on this video. These people are brainwashed. They're brainwashed. If they had a fucking brain to wash.
And they would rather see the human race
How can anything stick to their brain? It's already so fucking smooth.
Extinguish itself. To that end, since I last talked about the attacks on Tesla stores and on Tesla vehicles, these incidents have only intensified. Here's just a handful of these attacks in the past few days.
Someone set fire to two Cybertrucks late last night at a Tesla dealership at 103rd and State Line.
The FBI and ATF are assisting Kansas City, Missouri police as they investigate this as arson. KMBC 9's Darissa White shows us what happened.
Around 11 p.m., officers were called to a fire at a car lot.
Car fire at that Tesla dealership.
Condor, that's not a pyramid scheme, dude.
In the parking lot.
A KCPD officer was close by when he noticed smoke coming from a Tesla Cybertruck. The officer used his fire extinguisher to try to put out the flames, but the fire continued to spread.
It's a shame.
KCFD was called in to help.
Our crews got on scene.
Charlie boy, that's a great point. Why don't we thank the engineers and the actual scientists who do this shit? Because we have some dumb psycho who wants to take credit for all of their actual achievements.
And the fire was in two Cybertrucks.
Good morning. My name is Spencer Evans. I'm the special agent in charge of
Dude, I do not feel like arguing with you about what a fucking pyramid scheme is.
the FBI's Las Vegas division. As you know, and as you heard this morning, the FBI has opened an investigation into what was reported as initially as an arson at a Tesla facility that occurred at the Tesla Collision Center in Las Vegas. As Assistant Sheriff Corrin noted, the FBI is working hand in glove with our partners at the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department to investigate this incident. This is being investigated by the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force.
We're seeing more reports of vandalized Teslas from all around the country. The latest one happening in the Pacific Northwest. We want to warn you.
Always happening at dealerships.
Some of the vandalism you see it's offensive. In suburban Seattle, police say 6 vehicles were tagged at a Tesla dealership. One of them was a Cybertruck that was just at the dealership for maintenance. It was spray painted and tagged. The truck's owners called the incident disheartening, but says he doesn't feel personally attacked.
There are also now roughly a dozen documented instances of leftists keying Tesla vehicles in parking lots or
How do you know they're leftists?
Spray painting swastikas on them and so on. Of course, in the grand scheme of things, this is a relatively small number of vehicles, but it's worth pointing out that the people doing this are, of course, cowards who hide the moment they're caught. And a lot of them are getting caught because Teslas have cameras that record suspicious activity at all times, even when they're parked. One man who went viral for keying a Tesla in San Jose, for example, denied that he had done so when somebody confronted him about it a few days later. Watch.
Did you just key a Tesla the other day?
What?
You're on video. Yeah. This is the guy. You just keyed a Tesla. You got a video online. I just saw it. It's all over the face. The media.
I keyed no Tesla.
Yes, you did. You keyed a Tesla in a parking lot somewhere around here. What do you got to say about that?
I didn't do that.
Better be damn sure it's the same guy. It probably is. It would be really embarrassing if it wasn't. Wow, he's got the same jacket. The fact that he's wearing the same jacket is hilarious. I mean, I don't see a leftist wearing this, but I could be wrong. You never know.
Well, you're on video. I said I plainly saw you doing
I mean, he could have been doing it. No, I'm just kidding.
it. You pulled up right next to it, and then you keyed it. You want to bet?
I have to give the usual disclaimer that this man hasn't been convicted yet. He's now been arrested and accused of felony vandalism by the San Jose police. But
felony?
Assuming that this person is indeed guilty, which he appears to be since he looks like the same person who keyed the car in the video and he was wearing the same clothes and driving the same car. So, all the pieces kind of add up. You have to admit that it's a pretty useful demonstration of the sheer cowardice of Elon Musk's enemies.
Okay, let's see his explanation. How is it? How so?
They think they're fighting fascism by keying a random person's car, and then they won't even admit to it when they're on camera. This is a pretty good sign that if Pam Bondi follows through on her promise to send all these domestic terrorists to prison for at least 5 years, if she does that, this will stop very quickly. We are dealing with deranged leftist thugs here, but if there's a silver lining, it's that they happen to be very stupid and very cowardly. At the same time, we can't ignore the fact that these thugs happen to have the endorsement of some of the most prominent figures in the Democrat Party. The other day, for example, Tim Walz celebrated the decline of Tesla's stock as the
this is where he does that sneaky bullshit. Wait, let me finish. Let me
the result of domestic terrorism.
So, saying that I'm glad that Elon's company is failing is the same as endorsing vandalism? Like, are you that's this sneaky bullshit that these fucking people do, and I cannot stand it. You're lying. That's very slippery, sneaky little bullshit that they always like to fucking do.
This is the man who wanted to become the vice president of the United States. Now he's jeering about the fact that an American company is being targeted for political.
It's an American company. Oh, an American company is being attacked. It's an American. Oh, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up with that bullshit. Like Elon Musk is doing this for America. Please. All of his fucking companies are funded by our tax dollars, number one, bitch. Number two, how many were you saying shit when he was firing American veterans because he wants to fill his own fucking pockets? What the fuck are you talking about? I cannot stand this snake bitch, and he knows all this shit. He's just lying because he knows that his fans are retards and they're in a cult, and he has to jerk off Musk and he has to fucking jerk off fucking Trump to eat so he can keep buying his gay flannels. I cannot stand this bitch. I cannot stand him. He is such a snake fuck.
Cool reasons. Watch.
Saying on my phone, I don't know, some of you know this on the iPhone.
Man.
They've got that little stock app. I added Tesla to it to give me a little boost during the day. 225 and dropping. So.
Yeah, good. Let it fucking burn. Fuck that company.
And if you own one, we're not blaming you. You can take dental floss and pull the Tesla thing off, and take out, just telling you.
So on the one hand, you have a guy making self-catching rockets and saving astronauts and creating self-driving cars.
And what else is he doing, Matt? Why are people upset? Why are people mad, Matthew? You dumb fuck. He's not going to say that because he knows he would look fucking stupid. What? I thought these people cared about veterans and freedom and all that shit. What happened? I thought they cared so much about the veterans and the military and Americans. What about all those people? There's reports that this dude's fired up to 200,000 people. 200,000. You think all these people are doing fucking drag shows for children and taking fucking little white boys and fucking doing trans surgeries on them? Is that what you think these fucking people are doing? Like, you don't think any of these people had important jobs, dumbass? These were Americans fired by a foreigner, by the way.
On the other hand, you have Tim Walz. Tim Walz does not create anything. He's incapable of doing that in any context. He's one of the dumber politicians to ever seek high office, which is...
I really don't get the Tim Walz hate. I mean, I feel like everything of this guy, a veteran, his state was actually doing well financially, and who the fuck wants to live in Minnesota? That place seems horrible, at least weather-wise. He was a coach, veteran. He was a governor of a state that's actually doing well in like all the ways. But they're like, he's putting tampons in the thing. He put tampon. He tampon the boy. He tampon. And we looked it up and that shit wasn't even true. It's like, what the fuck? You people are just retarded.
Really saying something. So all he can do, like so many other Democrats, is celebrate destruction.
Celebrate destruction.
Is there any doubt whatsoever that people like Tim Walz would have cheered if those astronauts had blown up? I mean, how would they have reacted?
Really, bro? Really? Oh my God, he is such a pussy. Wow. How does he sleep at night? How does this snake fuck sleep at night? So because I'm celebrating that your stock, which is directly tied to your wealth, richest man in the world, not really, because we know the oil money people have more money, but like we can pretend richest man in the world, right? Because we're celebrating that your stock is going down, he would celebrate that astronauts that have nothing to do with Elon Musk, really, I mean, a totally different company that's also totally government funded, because they did a good job, he would celebrate their death of American astronauts. You slimy, smarmy fuck. Oh my God, I cannot stand this bitch.
Is there any doubt that these people, they wanted this rescue mission to fail? They wanted the astronauts to die on the way down?
This is when, this is, again, I'm sorry, this is why Destiny lost his mind. This was like, I get it. When he was like, I don't give a fuck about the Trump guy because of shit like this. It's true. These people, they don't have a soul. I'm sorry, they don't. They don't. And then I see goofy bitches like Piers Morgan. The left is so divisive. They're the ones that put Trump's life in danger. They're so destructive. They're so violent. Their words, they cause so much violence. And then we see bitches like this and nobody has anything to fucking say about him and his stupid fucking flannels.
They would have been thrilled by that. They were rooting for it. They were praying. They were praying to Satan.
Do you have any proof of this, or is this comedy?
Praying to their god Satan that it would happen, because they want Elon Musk to fail. That's all they care about.
I want to say so many things I can't say. Oh gosh, why do I do this to myself? Why do I do this to myself? It just stresses me out. Nobody wins. Nobody's winning here, you know? Yeah, you're right. He is a ghoul wearing human skin. They sleep just fine. You're right.
Like the people keying the cars, they are stupid and cowardly. And there's maybe no greater example, certainly of the stupid part, than Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, who just announced to great fanfare that, fanfare in his own mind anyway, that he got rid of his Tesla vehicle in order to protest Elon Musk. And he's replaced it with a Chevy SUV because apparently leftists aren't concerned about greenhouse gas emissions anymore.
That's an American company. What the fuck happened?
By the way, so
I thought you would like that.
In a video, Kelly explained his reasoning for ditching the Tesla, such as it is. Here's the video.
Hey folks, it's Mark Kelly here in Washington, driving to work for the last time in my Tesla. When I bought this thing, I didn't think it was going to become a political issue. Every time I get in this car in the last 60 days or so, It reminds me of just how much damage Elon Musk and Donald Trump is doing to our country.
Facts, yes, it should.
Talking about slashing Social Security, cutting healthcare benefits for poor people, for seniors. It's
Condor, no. See, this is the difference between me and the Republicans. If Tesla as a company was like, hey, we feel you, we also don't like this fucking psycho who's doing all this bullshit and doing fucking sig heils and shit, we're firing him, I'd be great. I don't want that company to go under, but I do like the fact that Elon Musk's net worth is going down, absolutely. I haven't heard about any people who work at Tesla getting fired. I don't know. Well, that was a Republican argument. You know, if you're not, my bad. My bad. I don't want anyone from Tesla to get fired, but fuck the guy who owns that company. I'll say that all fucking day. And he didn't even start the fucking company. He just invested into it and like did some weird bullshit. So he's like technically a founder, but he's not a founder. He's not a real founder of the fucking company. He's a fraud. He is a fraud. I don't know why people act like he's inventing shit. He doesn't invent shit. It's embarrassing. He's a super genius. When you hear fucking idiots like Joe Rogan, he's so smart, he feels so dumb around him. That's just because you're stupid, bitch. That's just because you're dumb. He's not. Even the dude who wrote his fucking book said there's no proof that he has any higher intelligence. He is a fucking fraud. He's good at tricking investors into giving him shit. That's it. He is not a genius. Stop saying that shit. It's fucking embarrassing. Please.
one bad thing after the next. He's firing veterans. I'm a veteran, so I have a really hard time driving around in this thing. So I think it's time for an upgrade today.
Also, illegally firing people. People were supposed to get like 30-day notices, and just like, nope. Why do you think there's so many lawsuits? People are suing the fuck out of this guy. As
this is going to be my last trip in this car. There were some things I really liked about it. There are things I didn't like about it, but that doesn't matter. What matters is, doing the right thing. I think it's time.
Have you guys not seen fucking Joe Rogan sucking tip? Bro, he's a genius. Elon Musk is a genius. Shut the fuck up, grown ass man. You're fucking 60 years old. Would you want this nigga to be your daddy? Shut the fuck up. It's so fucking lame.
Rid of it.
Ugh.
Elon Musk kind of turned out to be and I don't want to be driving the car built and designed by. So,
well, I don't think he designed it, so that should help a little bit.
Looking forward to
I heard the only car he actually designed was the Cybertruck. I don't know if that's true, so
a new ride.
Now, it's not really worth responding to anything.
Oh, it's not worth responding? Why not? Why don't you speak on him firing all these fucking veterans? Speak on it. Why don't you want to say anything about that?
The lies at the beginning of the video, Mark Kelly
what lies?
appears to be saying that every veteran is entitled to permanent employment in the federal government, and that Elon Musk is somehow cutting health care benefits and Social Security, which isn't
He's literally speaking about it on camera.
happening. None of that really makes sense. But the really interesting part is at the
I can't fucking stand you people. I cannot stand you snake fucks.
end when Kelly explains that he's selling his Tesla because he doesn't want to drive a car.
Dude, Lex Friedman is the only human being who can suck Elon Musk's dick harder and better than Joe Rogan. He is the only person. None of his 16 baby mamas, nobody else can do it like Lex. He does tricks on that shit all day, fucking every day. He could teach a class. He has a doctorate, a triple doctorate in sucking Elon dick.
Car that was designed and built by an a-hole, as he put it. So if somebody's
Did he not say asshole because he's probably like some weird fake religion?
A-hole, then apparently Mark Kelly has no interest in
12 years old
using their inventions.
Say the word.
Any product associated with a CEO, with a CEO or any person who's an a-hole must be shunned for all time.
For free. Oh yeah.
Now, if you buy
he pays
into all the slander about Elon Musk, it might.
Why don't you speak on the actual things that he's doing, you fuck?
Seem like all
the lies of the slander. It's like, what do you? No, it's true.
Compelling line of argument, or at least it might seem compelling right up until the moment you realize that, well, pretty much every useful invention in history was designed by an a-hole, as Mark Kelly would put it.
Oh my I wonder if his wife hates him. I wonder what that's like. You know, like the cameras are off, he's done recording, and it's just them two in a room. Like, what are her thoughts? I'm so curious. Is she like, this is great, or is she like, fuck, what did I sign up for? Is it like a Steven Crowder situation where she's like, God, I have to fucking look across this motherfucker? Or is she like a real like trad wife, like, oh my God, Matt's new movie, Am I a Racist? Can't wait to watch it. I wonder what these people are actually like. I don't want to find out, but I do. I think about it.
I mean, has Mark Kelly ever heard of Henry Ford? Okay, if Kelly looks into Henry Ford for about 5 minutes, he'll find a lot of cancel-worthy material there. He was a bit of an eccentric, to put it politely. Does that mean that nobody should ever drive Ford trucks anymore? We have to sell our F-150s? And while we're at it, Alexander Graham Bell thought that deaf people shouldn't have children.
I've heard about some shit like that.
Never mind the fact that he married a deaf woman.
I can't say I'm surprised.
His perspective was that deaf people were terminally ill and that sign language should be abolished. Alexander Graham Bell became a villain.
Yeah, dumb fuck. These people didn't infiltrate their way into the fucking government and illegally fire a bunch of people, you stupid bitch. It's not the same thing. Does he just like it because he's mean and he has an attitude? Like, no, nobody's saying that, you fucking moron. Nobody's mad at Elon because his personality sucks. Anybody with eyes has seen that for the past 10 years. It's been as obvious as fucking day with this fucking goofy autistic ass. We can see that shit.
Of the deaf community as a result. And as one historian put it, in the deaf world, he's remembered with rage. Does this mean that we can't use telephones anymore?
That's true. He didn't invent shit.
We need to sell our iPhones because Alexander Graham Bell was cruel to deaf people? I mean, he was kind of an a-hole. Actually, we definitely need to sell our iPhones because everyone knows that Steve Jobs was extremely demanding to work for. I mean, by pretty much all accounts, the guy was an a-hole. He often fired people on the spot simply because they couldn't answer his questions. And as we know, today's Democrats think that firing an employee for any reason, even if they can't list 5 things they did in the past week, is totally unconscionable. Everyone is entitled to lifetime employment with no accountability, according to Democrats. Therefore, we can assume with confidence that Mark Kelly will never own any Apple products of any kind. I could go on and on and on because
Sarah, you're right.
Really, Mark Kelly and his fellow
It was endearing at a point.
Democrats
before he started to get into his 4chan bag.
Have made my point for me. Elon Musk's companies are saving astronauts, catching rocket boosters in midair, deploying self-driving cars, restoring.
Didn't one of his fucking stupid ass rockets just blow up in space and fuck up a bunch of flights for people, or did I imagine that? Didn't that happen just like a week ago?
Free speech to the internet, implanting neural chips that allow paralyzed people to use computers. Meanwhile, leftists are keying cars and setting fire to Tesla dealerships. I mean, they have made their anti-human agenda abundantly clear.
Okay, I didn't imagine that.
And they've done it at the worst possible time. They've done.
Is it true that Tesla had more OSHA violations than the next 10 car companies combined? Isn't it true also that there was just like a recall on 46,000 of those dog shit Cybertrucks like the other day? Did that happen? Let's look that up. Okay, 1 day ago, in latest blow to Tesla, regulators recalled nearly all Cybertrucks. Oh, wow. Huh. Yeah, recall of 46,096. Huh. Okay. This is the great American car company, huh? All right, just asking, just making sure I got that right. Okay, Matt Walsh, you're a fucking idiot, but you already know that. I'm sure that you hate yourself.
Can you start with
Actually,
sort of
he might be too stupid to hate himself, honestly.